Welcome to this new and special edition of the Queer God Squad. We are the coolest pastors you will ever meet.
Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ plus community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is a justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ plus community.
So, the Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community, explore the big news of the day and what it means to you. And we are going to explore if we can find some places that help heal the pain and hurt religion can be responsible for. We know you're going to find some hope, peace, and fun in our conversation.
It's 3 p.m. and the Queer God Squad is broadcasting daily.
This is live, and then we are available on demand.
We are available on all smart televisions, including Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and Facebook. In the entire world, nothing like this has ever existed for the LGBTQ plus community before.
I am Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, the senior minister here at Sunshine Cathedral.
I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the executive minister here at the Sunshine Cathedral.
I am the Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the minister of education at Sunshine Cathedral.
Radical GOP and evangelicals have launched a culture war on our LGBTQ plus community. They want to push you back in the closet. We're not going.
At Sunshine Cathedral, we are here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Our commitment in partnering with Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight is to give the LGBTQ plus faith community this voice for hope, for change, that you are not alone.
Happening Out Television Network is a 501c3 nonprofit media platform in the television and radio model of PBS and NPR, but designed for our LGBTQ plus community. The Queer God Squad is part of one of the largest LGBTQ plus media companies in America, Hotspot Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
Our mission is to support the 10 pillars of the LGBTQ plus community, including the Black community, Latino, lesbian and queer women, trans, students and youth, seniors, HIV/AIDS healthcare, social justice, business, and our 10th pillar is faith. Help us support our LGBTQ plus community.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince eyes religious reform. For Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, religious reform has long been a question of when rather than if. Mr. bin Salman's potential embrace of religious, not just social and economic reform, could have far-reaching consequences for the role of religion in Saudi Arabia and religious soft power rivalry in the Muslim world. A recent Washington Institute of Near East Policy public opinion survey suggests that Saudi Arabia, long dominated by ultra-conservative and supremacist stand of Islam, increasingly favors religious moderation and may be more open to religious reform. Since coming into office, Mr. bin Salman has pushed reforms that have significantly enhanced women's rights and opportunities, catered to youth aspirations for greater social freedom, and contributed to economic diversification. To do so, the Crown Prince has subjugated the kingdom's conservative religious establishment and shattered long-held taboos. He has also brutally repressed criticism and dissent. Yet, for all his bold moves, Mr. bin Salman has stopped short of anchoring his reforms in religious law. Seemingly, the Crown Prince was concerned that religious reform could be one step too far. However, embracing religious reform would turbocharge Mr. bin Salman's claim to leadership of the Muslim world and position him as Islam's foremost reformer in competition with the world's largest, most moderate Indonesia-based Muslim civil society movement. There's a lot to unpack on that one. The Saudi Arabia regime is, to me, still a rather repressive regime. To know that there is at least one person who is willing to at least dip their toe into something that it looks a little bit moderate, it is a wonderful thing. Gentlemen?
I would say kudos to him for whatever efforts that he can bring about in any regard to help humanity have a better life situation there. Religion in that part of the world is very steep, very deep, and very old. And so I applaud him for his efforts that he's already made.
I just want to say this about religious autocracies, about theocracies. They are very repressive. Islam used to be a very evidence-based, scientific, intellectual, literary. I mean, they were like the jewel of the world. The Moors and the medicine and science and architecture and music and poetry. And once they became super conservative, fundamentalist, anti-science, anti-intellectual, taking over the government from these right-wing perspectives, they haven't done a scientific. You haven't heard of a scientific discovery or advancement since.
True.
That is a cautionary tale. I think our own country's intellectual standing goes less and less and less as we've embraced fundamentalist religion more and more and more. And so I think it's actually wise to try to reform these religious societies, to try to moderate, because otherwise you really do collapse under the weight of ignorance. And that's not what you want. So I think he's very wise to say, yeah, of course, religion has its benefits. It's a social institution. We get good stuff out of it, but it can't have the last word. It can't be in charge. We can't use it as a weapon or as the tool that we force compliance with. So although I think he's using political autocracy to overcome the religious autocracy, and I don't know that competing oppressions are a good idea either, but it does show religious moderation, like all things, it can be a good thing in its place and in cooperation with other things. But once it becomes the dominant power thing, it becomes ugly and it actually stifles growth and vitality. We are excited to tell you we are going on a cruise in the Eastern Mediterranean this fall that will include the world's major religious sites for Christians, Jews, and Muslims as we visit Athens. I love Athens. And Egypt, first time going. And Israel, I love Israel. And Ephesus, first time going. I'm excited, can you tell? On our 3 continents cruise. And you can find out more and reserve your space at happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Join Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins and Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin as they host more than 50 people on the Sunshine Cathedral 13-day cruise tour to 3 continents. From just $13.99, you'll visit Athens and cruise to Egypt and the Giza Plateau to see the Great Pyramid, Sphinx, and brand new Egyptian National Museum with King Tut exhibit. Then to Israel for Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Don't miss the most important Christian UNESCO site in the world, located in Turkey, and the 3,000-year-old city of Ephesus. You also cruise the Med for Rhodes in the Greek Isles and Cyprus. A farewell at the Acropolis makes this a never-before combination of historic sites, a must-do cruise. It's all turnkey inclusive, and a bar is available, all transfers, escorts, hotels, and more. Go to happeningout.travel/sunshine for complete details.
Would you like to join the Queer God Squad on a special winter cruise in 2024? Well, now you can. You will visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rios. And you can even add an open bar and Wi-Fi. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Join the Queer God Squad and Sunshine Cathedral for a wonderful Caribbean cruise on the brand new Ultra Deluxe MSC Seascape. The 8-day cruise starts at just $399 plus government taxes. Sail February 10th, 2024 from Miami to Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, the world's best private island. You'll also visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rios. Join us on an 8-day Caribbean cruise. This winter cruise will be the perfect getaway and an opportunity to support Sunshine Cathedral as a beneficiary. The trip is affordable for all, as you can make a reservation on this cruise for just $1, just $1, to confirm your reservation, and then there's a $99 interest-free monthly payment plan, so it's easy on your pockets. What's more, there's also a free open bar and Wi-Fi program when you pay for just 1 day, $25 transfers to and from the Miami Pier, and an exclusive onboard entertainment program for Sunshine Cathedral guests. This cruise will be a perfect winter getaway for you. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.
That's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and talk about what our LGBTQ+ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.
Bye.